Show me your motivation.
Hello, fellow FGC enthusiasts. In case you couldn't tell by the intro or the title, I'll be talking about the best girl in Guilty Gear, Baiken. Now, for starters, I'd just like to point out that I've been playing Baiken since Guilty Gear Zerd Rev 2, and I've only been playing that for about 1.5-2 years, and I am not very competitive yet in the games, and I primarily play Strive now, so just keep that in mind when I'm talking about Baiken. But I would like to just clarify that I picked her for 3 reasons. One, I love the defensive or like parry guard cancel playstyle, and the second and third one are, well, you get the point. That we all know why people play Baiken. Let's be real. But I just like to, in today's video, make a prediction or wish list on her moveset in the game, just because I can. So let's just get right in it. Let's start off with the actual gameplay style for Baiken, and that is Tatami Gaishi. It's her true game plan, let's be honest. It's great for space control, counter pokes, frame traps, and good for any block strings, and it's a good overhead. So just all-rounder, very strong move. I love it. And I would like to just point out that all of the movesets or moves that I am going to be talking about, I'm mainly getting their descriptions from the Dust Loop page, and I will be linking that in the description. So if you want to know more about her Exard moveset, which is kind of what I'm basing this all around, you can check it out there. And now this is the one that I have with my friends have had the most discussion about, and that is her Azami or parry stance. And then with this, I'm including all of the follow-up inputs. It's a guard cancel that negates the damage Baiken would take, and then you can cancel it into other moves. So basically, how they balanced that in Exard, from my understanding, is that they made her kind of squishy, but she has a parry that negates damage, so it, in my opinion, it's perfectly reasonable and balanced. Like I said, her parry / guard stance is her identity, plus Tatami Gaishi. Those two things are her, like, identifiable factor in all the games from what I've seen. So I think those are a necessity, I feel. But we'll talk more about that later in the video. Next up, I want to talk about Suzuran. It's a command dash with guard point properties for most of the duration on Dust Loop. Like I said, I'll link it down in the description. Between frames 4 and 25, it is when the guard point is active, and that's out of 25, or 28 rather, in total. So 1 through 3 and 26 through 8 are the only vulnerable, which isn't a lot, so it's very strong. But it can cancel into like the ground Azami follow-ups, because Azami can be in the air or crouch or standing. So it's basically a aggressive or like a extension from at least how I've seen it. And it's great for cross-ups just because it can slide through the enemy and like go on the other side, so good cross-up. After that, I would like to see Kabari, both versions. The S version is an anti-air that can lead into good damage if you hit it anywhere on the screen, so it's a good anti-air. And then the heavy slash version is a ground level, and it's good pressure, resets, and it raises the risk gauge by a good amount. So it's a great pressure tool. I would honestly, best case scenario, just have them rip her Exard moveset entirely, and then kind of like what they did with Jacko, and then just retweak it for Strive's gameplay, just because they do play quite different. But I think that would be the best way, but I don't know if they would do that. Either way, I'm really looking forward to the character. And now we're going to get to the part that is up for the most contention in my point, and that is, will she have an extra gauge just like the other DLC characters? My initial quick answer, no, I don't think she will, or at least don't think she should, just because I feel the only thing that they could do with the gauge is put her parry or guard point to it, like tie it to that meter. And the only reasonable way I think they could do that is just it goes up kind of like Jacko's minions, and then you expend it when you go to use a parry follow-up and it just like gives it better properties, as like it has like 2 levels basically, like 50 and then 100, kind of like the tension gauge. That's like the only way I could see them adding a gauge. I don't think they would otherwise, just because putting a counter heavy character or like a defensive character and tie that main mechanic of the character to a gauge, it sounds like a bad idea in my opinion. So that's my stance on it. I don't really think there's anything else they could really do with her other than that. But like I said, best case scenario, they just rip her Zerd or Exard moveset. I don't know why I say it like that. Her Exard moveset and then tweak it for Strive. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if you think she should or shouldn't have a meter, or if she should, what should it be for? Like, do you kind of agree with what I was saying with the enhance the parry follow-ups or the properties in general, or do you think it should be something else? And what you think some things that they could change or add to her character or her kit to make her better or worse. Also, let me know where you think she could end up on the tier list as well. That's something I want to talk about in the future, but obviously more once her actual like moves are released to us. So with that, if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. Let me know, because I do want to do more Strive content alongside the anime and TCG stuff. Subscribe if you want to see some more stuff, just because I do want to do like I said, a variety of content for you guys. And like I said, comment what you think about Baiken and Strive, what your hopes or expectations of her will be. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.